Hey there, how there, hello there. It's Jeff Keller. I'm welcoming you to another NCAA Trny thing for second and 10 football. We did the 30s and 40s tournament, which saw the 39 A&M squad win the title. And now we go to the 1950s, the best of the 50s, all the national champions plus teams that are actually representing their schools within the 128 team tournament. I know for sure 59 Syracuse, 56 Oklahoma were representations. 58 LSU was a representation. I think 53 Rice was a representation. 53 Maryland was a representation. And I believe Iowa 58. I can't remember. Well, North Texas 1959. So using that and with schools that won national titles in the 1950s and all that, we made a 16-team tournament. One round per week. So we'll see what happens. We are going to actually have to start at Ohio State. It will be the 57 Auburn squad against the 54 Ohio State squad because Ohio State has two home teams. And we will be going, and then we'll go from east to west. So 57 Auburn, 54 Ohio State will be our first game on this list.
Live on the play. Holding. Receiving team.
Big leg it. They're trying to leg it for the 54 squad. Hopalong Cassidy, great running back. Bobby Watkins and Herbert Bogle running the ball. Dick Brubaker, Paul Lynn with the receivers. Offensive line, Frank Kuczynski, Jim Parker, Bob Horton, Jim Reichenbach, and Tim Kuczynski. Auburn's D-line. Jimmy Phillips, Dan Presley, Billy Elston, Jerry Wilson, Tim Baker, Jackie Burkett, and Zeke Smith for linebackers. Tony Lorino, Lloyd Nix, Billy Atkins, and Bobby Hawk. There we go. Bye.
False start. Offense. Receiving team.
Is that pivot? Bobby Hop, Lamar Ross, and Robbie Robbs running the ball. Jimmy Phillips and Jerry Wilson will receive. Ben Preston, Tim Baker, Jackie Burkett, Zeke Smith, and Coop Western on the offensive line. OSU, they have Dick Brubaker, Frank Kuczynski, Dan Kaminsky, and Dean Denver, line. Linebackers, Jim Parker, Jim President Bob Horton, Hopalong, Cassidy, Dave Leggett, Herbert Bobo, Bobby Watkins, and the DBs. Of course, they play both offensive and defensive. So, round of 16, it's first possession, and then go to the fourth quarter.
First down. Flag on the play. False start. Offense. Timeout. Defense. Flag on the play. Holding. Offense. Flag on the play. Delay of game. Offense. Flag on the play. Encroachment. Defense. Timeout. Offense. Flag on the play. Pass interference. Defense. First down.
Jimmy Phillips, the hero. Great defense. Ohio State only turned the ball over once, but they still lost. Leggett 2 for 8, 12 yards. But the passing tackle all up from there. Cassidy, Watkins, and Bobo got 4 yards. Leggett had passing. Next, Harvard and Kern. There. That's not Rex Kern. Harvard with a touchdown. Pass to Phillips. Not really much running attack. Cassidy with a pick 6 for Ohio State to make it 7-0. Looking good. They're up 10-0. Harvard passed to Phillips. They missed the extra point. Cassidy ran it in for 17-6. And then a block punt by Auburn that went for 2 and missed. But Nick's got touchdown. And yes, that's the only Auburn team in this thing. It's the 57 squad. The Ohio State will come back with the 57 squad. And in tradition, we go from east to west. So that means we got to go to Maryland. Yeah, Maryland's close to the coast. So 52 Michigan State, 53 Maryland will be our second game. Maryland favored by 2. This is the team that represents Maryland. Michigan State is 25. Willie Thrower, pivotal quarterback, African-American quarterback at that. William Wells, Evans, Lonek, and Leroy Ford ran the ball. Paul Decker, Daleneck receiving person making changes. Larry Fowler, Robert Bredoff, Richard Cambero, Ferris Homer, and Gordon Sir on your offensive line. D-line for Maryland. Bill Walker, Jack Firesock, Stan Jones, and Wes Dennis. Ralph Felton, John Urban, and George Calvin. Linebackers for DBs are Chet Henderlich, Bernie Filoni, future CFL icon, Ed Burrow, and Dick Miller, future American coach, and of the Niners group. First play, 8 yards to Leroy.
First down. Flag on the play. Holding. Defense. First down.
Chet Henderlich, Ralph Felton, and Dick Nolan run the ball. Russ Dan, receive the ball. Stan Jones, Jack Firesox, John Irving, Paul Pellegrini, and Paul Kennedy on the offensive line. For MSU defensively, Paul Decker, Roy Fowler, and Gordon Stewart. Ed Timmerman, Doug Weaver, Frank Cush. Remember him? There's Richard Cambero. 3 DBs, James Dallas, John Wilson, and Travis Phillips. Okay.
First down.
First down, field.
First down. Personal foul. Defense. First down.
Elton gets 1. So let's see what happens. Of course, we go first possession, then we go to run 2 minutes because we got a fast time. Michigan State. 2nd and 10. No score. Are you serious? No score in this game? Wow.
Timeout offense. And get the extra point too. First down.
Second and 10. And not there. And Maryland can't believe it. They got taken out by the 52 Spartans 6-0. How the heck did they not score 1 point? They're heavy favorites. Maryland had the passing attack. Going 2 for 9, 61 yards. Well, that Blue Ray Science to back up for this 53 team. 1 for 2, 35 yards. Thrower 6 for 16. And McCaffrey got the touchdown. So 6-0. Really. So that is just brutal for Maryland. And that's, yeah, that was brutal. I thought for sure Maryland was going to win this one. Okay, so we're going to head to New York now. It's Oklahoma and Syracuse. Surprised these two teams were drawn against each other. They're unlucky Syracuse going by 56 Oklahoma, we're the champs. Jimmy Harris at pivot, Billy Sims, Billy Pricer at Billy Von Schallman will run the ball, Hollywood Brown, John Elliott received to first safety. Rely heavily on the all-time team. Edmund Gray, Teddy Lehman, Jerry Tubbs, Bill Kishner, Tom Emerson, and Syracuse's D-line is Marvin Harrison, Bob Yates, Bruce Tarbucks, and Gary Spinoza. Art Baker, Bill Miller, and Roger Davis are linebackers. Brittany Davis, Donovan Darius, Jim Brown, Peter Schertz for these.
First down.
John Nichols, Keith Brokaw will try to run the ball. Marvin Harrison and Tom Gilbert receivers. Offensive line, Bob Yates, Bruce Tarbucks, Bill Miller, Roger Davis, and Marty Romans. D-line, Don Stiller, Edmund Gray, Bob Everson, and John Bell. Billy Pricer, Teddy Lehman, and Jerry Tubbs are your linebackers. Kevin McDonald, Jimmy Harris, Baker Mayfield, Billy Sims, back.
First down. First down.
Tubbs is a great defense, but yeah, it's freaking Syracuse will not go far. They did in the passing rushing net yards. Well, see the big snowman has returned for 8. Donovan McNabb 6 for 18, 15, 8 yards and 2 picks. Usually 4 for 11, 77 yards a touchdown, but he threw 3 picks himself. Oklahoma had a passing like as well. Derek got a touchdown run, 47 yards. They missed the extra point. Usually the Ernie Davis takes Preston at 7-6. Harris got a 10-yard run and then missed the extra point. Harris field goal and then Baker got a touchdown run. Harris finally got the extra point. So yeah, 8 turnovers. Well, 5 picks. Well, fortunately for Syracuse, none of them were gone back to the sixes. They kind of got lucky. And the home team lost for the 3rd straight day. No, we head to LSU. Yes, we head to LSU next. It's 58 LSU against 59 Navy. LSU had to play 59 Navy. LSU gets the ball at the 25. Warren Rabb is pivot. Billy Cannon, Johnny Robinson, J.W. Bruno will run the ball. Billy Hendricks, Don Norton will try to catch those balls. Larry LeBlanc, Larry Calvin, Max Flugler, including Paul Stranger, offensive line, Davies, D-line, Tom Uppershot, Warren, Tom Hyde, Joe Magley, Bill Thomas, John Hewitt, and Doug Falconer, linebackers, Navy is Joe Bolino, teacher, high school winner, Joe Tragedy, Jim Honeywell, and Roland Brandquist.
First down. First down. First down. Flag on the play. False start. Offense. Flag on the play. Personal foul. Defense. Flag on touchdown. Illegal use of hands. Defense. Touchdown. Good.
Branquist and Bob Carell are your running backs. Tom Albershark, George Wiesek are your receivers. Larry Boyer, Bill Thomas, Frank Justin, John Hayward, and Ron Urkel are your line. As you see, line Billy Hendricks, Lynn LeBlanc, Bo Strange, and Mangum. Linebackers, James W. Bradwell, Chris Fluger, Kevin Falk. Your DBs, Billy Cannon, Warren Robb, Jordan Matthew, and Johnny Robinson. 3 yards to go now.
First down. Timeout, offense.
I guess they got it.
Flag on the play. Pass interference. Defense. First down.
Cannon ran for 107, that's why he's good. First 3 for 11, 13 yards. Men's expert look for 16 yards. Just coming on it. Grab the Cannon, touchdown. Robinson, touchdown. Paul was next point. Paul field goal 16-0. Punt return by Parasol, and then they went for 2 minutes. And then Belina punt return. So 2 punt return touchdowns for Navy, but they didn't win the game. Typical. All right, so we're going to head to Texas. We're going to head to North Texas. Jimmy Harris at pivot for the 5 squad. Glendon Thomas, Merrors, and Carl Dodd. Your running backs, John Bell, Delbert, Long, your receivers. And Big Grace has emerged. Jerry Tubbs, Bo Bellinger, Calvin Woodward for your offensive line. D-line for Texas. Frank Lyon, Bel Carico, George Henry, Hal Baird, Bob Bruce, me, Joe Green, and Bobby Way, your linebackers. Abner Hayes, Vernon Cole, Robert Duty, and Terry Park, your DBs. This is a different team. The 56 team was the one who went to the 128th tournament. Thus, why we have Baker Mayfield and Ron Shulman and others. This is a pure team, none of the credit protection. Why did I say that? Doug gets one yard.
First down.
First down, and
First down. The extra point is good.
Brendan Foley pivot. Abner Hayes, great guy from the AFL. Mark Perkins and Morris Wilson run the ball. Frank Klein, Dick Hamilton will receive the ball. Offensive line. George Herring, Bill Carrickle, Lee Joe Green, he's a team of Bobby Ray and Joe Oliver. Oklahoma's D-line, John Bell, Cecil Morris, Edmund Gray, and Joe Mowbray. Billy Chrysler, Jerry Tubbs, and Morris are your linebackers. Touchdown, Tommy McDonald with Jimmy Harris, O'Neill, and Burris. Defensive back.
Flag on the play. Illegal use of hands. Receiving team.
For the tie, we're down 13-6.
Timeout defense.
7 yards mid racer. Let's get across.
First down.
That's what
Timeout defense.
That's your movement. 5 squad movement. Texas had to pass in the tap, but 2 turnovers. Duty, Cole, and Pear. Well, Duty 5 for 975 yards. Cole for 5 yards. Pick. Now O'Neill, Burris, Dodd, and Thomas. O'Neill got a touchdown to Goff to make it 13-0. They missed the extra point. And then Hayes got a touchdown, but Marks missed his extra point too. 6. We are going back to Ohio State, right? No, we're going to go. No, 57 Ohio State will get the nightcap. We're going to go to Rice now. Right, Rice-A-Roni against Tennessee, the 51 squad. Nice job by Jose Johnson to run the ball up there. Leroy Venstemaker will run the ball. That's quarterback Burden, Nestro, Mac Taylor, and Pearl Johnson running the ball. Dan Hart and Colin receivers. Richard Chapman, John Hudson, Leo Rudka, Kenny Paul, Max Shugo, your offensive line. Tennessee, your D-line is Doug Atkins, Bill Perriman, Bob Fisher, and Martin Franklin. Your linebackers, Ted Gafford, Francis Holohan, Bosky, Joe Moira, Burt Grecular, Jim Wade, and Ray Martin.
First down. Flag on the play. Delay of game. Offense.
Alright, so Tennessee's the 5. Perky Payne will be your quarterback. Larry Crowson, Dick Arnsberger, and Burt Regular will be the running backs. Fritz Casada and John Davis receivers. Offensive line, Charlie Stokes, John Michael, Bob Davis, Vernon Lyles, and Jimmy Caswell. Rice's defensive line was Bridges, Richard Chapman, Max Shubo, and Matt Hurt. John Hudson, Kenny Paul, Leo Rooker, your linebackers. Dickie Mango, Pinky Nisbet, Jose Johnson, and Gordon Kellogg.
First down.
It's gone, but that is gone.
First down. First down. Timeout offense.
Third 7.
Timeout offense. Flag on the play. False start.
I think they're playing for the top.
Offense.
Tie.
Good.
And there's the point. 2 yards. Passing wise, 3 for 11 for Rice, and Nagel 3 for interception. 86 yards by Nagel, but he just couldn't get that 1 yard to keep it going. Tennessee quarterbacking 5 for 13, 88 yards. Lucenda 71 yards running. Davis got 2 catches for 74 yards, but no touchdowns. Nagel got the 50-yard touchdown to make it 6-0. The next catch point, field goal for Tennessee, and then Taylor ran it 13-3 Rice. It looked like they were going to win. Right here ran for touchdown, Williams field goal. So Rice couldn't do it. They couldn't win on for the touchdown. 2 more games. We're going to head to Iowa first. That's the third Oklahoma team. The 50 squad will take on 58 Iowa, and then UCLA Ohio State will be playing the last game. Horn and Bill Gravel will run the ball. Dunmore and Kurt Burns will keep the ball. John Burrows, Drake, Bill Lapham, Gary Groig, and Matt Lewis on the offensive line. OU's D-line, Jack Lockett, Norman McNabb, Claire Mays, and Frankie Anderson. Bert Clark, Sam Carnahan, Tom Keelan, your linebackers. Billy Fessels, who played for Baltimore Colts in the CFL. Buddy Jones, Mike Green, and Aaron Music. I don't think this is the Iowa squad. Nope. This doesn't work.
First down. First down.
First down. Run the ball. And
Massive celebration. Offense.
They get the touchdown.
That's good.
This drive, 5 minutes up. Nice job. Right on up. Oh, they were the national champs with 50 up full. Leon Heath, Dean Keeley, and Al Leeds. Your running backs, John Redo and Troy Pillar. Receivers, Jim Weatherfeld, Jordan McNabb, Ray Moore, Claire Hayes, and Art James. Iowa, like Kurt Mertz, Charles Lee, Matt Lewis, and Paul Prescott. Joey Missouri, Hugh Drake, Gary Ruling for your linebacker team. Ray Judge, Randy Duncan, Bob Jr., and Don Gordon.
First down. First down. First down.
First down, pass it. Now 22 to 19. They need up to
first down. Timeout offense.
take the timeout. And bounce. Third 5. Second 7 for 15, 152 passing with 2 touchdowns. Vessel's only had 57 yards on that. Vessel's 95 yards receiving. Hornby touchdown run, Vessel's touchdown run, Arnold to Heatley for the extra point 13-7. Fleming on a touchdown run, and then Arnold to Desers making 19-14. They went for 2 and missed. Gravel got the touchdown, and then Duncan the cheater. 22 to 19, Iowa cheater. So that's making all that, and now we got ourselves 54 UCLA and 57 OSU. Crumbras are your quarterback. Don Clark, Dick LeBeau, and Bob White, your running backs. Bill Brown and Tom Morgan. With the line, Dick Scarra, Ernest Thomas, Don Frank, Bill Jopko, and Jim Marshall. Probably not that Jim Marshall. I think it was that Jim Marshall. Okay, maybe I was wrong. LA. D-line is Ronnie Loud, Johnny Peterson, Jack Ellen, and Bob Hadenfeld. Terry DeBay, Sam Bogosian, Jim Salisbury, your linebackers. Jim Decker, Primo Phil, Bradley, and Pogo Davenport are your QBs.
First down. Timeout, defense.
Too many players for LA.
First down.
First down, White. How did he get the first down? Jim Decker, Pogo Davenport, and Terry DeBay will run the ball. Ronnie Loud and Bob Joe Galona, Sam Boscia, Johnny Peterson, Jim Salisbury, Joe Rayer, O-line. OSU linebacker, D-line. Jim Houston, Dick Scavray, Jim Marshall, yes, that Jim Marshall, linebackers, Burleus Thomas, Bill Jepko, and Don Frank. Don Clark, Frank Krebs, Bob White, and Dick LeBeau.
Flag on the play.
Flag.
Encroachment. Defense. First down. First down. First down. First down. offense.
9-2. They call timeout.
Timeout, offense.
Second and 10.
Wide open. Offense.
That would have been, yeah, 22 yards, that would have been great. I would run play until timeout. They're going to go for 2.
It's good.
Got it! Wachowski! He gets the field goal, and the 57 Buckeyes are going to move on to the quarterfinals, 9-6.
Wide on the play.
Right.
Pippin.
Wow.
Receiving team.
Big interception. The offense. Krembles and Clark 1 for 7 passing. White ran 11 times for 93 yards. Villanueva 1 for 7 passing. Brown 0 for 4. 1 for 11 passing, 2 interceptions, including that one to Brown. Tribusato had a touchdown run for Ohio State, and they missed the extra point. And then Herman touchdown run, but they missed the extra point. Wachowski from 36. I thought we were going to 26. Actually, LA can't believe it. Oklahoma, LSU, Tennessee, Michigan State, Oklahoma, Iowa, Auburn. There's 2 Oklahoma teams. So yeah, Oklahoma's got 2 teams. And well, everything was close. Yeah, everything was a 1-possession game except for Oklahoma Syracuse, which was 22-7. So yeah, everything was close. 56 Oklahoma on the road against Syracuse winning. 58 LSU surviving 59 LSU's attempts. 51 Tennessee needing overtime to beat Rice. 52 Michigan State somehow beating Maryland. 55 Oklahoma nipped North Texas. 58 Iowa 22-19 with that touchdown. Auburn beating Ohio State, doing his job, and 57 Ohio State winning. So we got quarterfinals. Both Oklahoma teams will be on the road. There will be some drizzle in Michigan State. So 56 Oklahoma, the 128 team champs, they'll face 58 LSU. Man, you got to let those 2 guys face each other. So I guess they're telling Oklahoma, if you want to double to win another tournament, you're going to have to play the hard way. 51 Tennessee heads to Michigan State to take on the 52 squad. The 55 Oklahoma squad has to head to Iowa, so Iowa has to face another Oklahoma squad. And Ohio State's opponent will be 57 Auburn on home turf. So that's their reward for making the quarterfinals is Auburn. So yeah, 56 Oklahoma, 58 LSU. A lot of people say that's going to determine who the winner is. Why does it say Wednesday, March the 4th? 34. Oh shit, because of the whole oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Yeah. Because remember, February only has 28 days. 28 plus 7 is 35. Subtract 31 is 4. That's why they're thinking that it's the 7th. Yeah, that's why they think every game is on the 7th. It's on the 4th. And that actually turns everything in a downpour except for LSU. So Oklahoma LSU will not play in a downpour. Iowa goes downpour. Ohio State goes downpour, and Michigan State just in a drizzle. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond at Do.